A few days ago, I started using ChatGPT in a new way. I created a new thread called Reflective Journaling, and I gave it the personality, the persona of a licensed clinical therapist. And then I asked it to give me follow-up prompts based upon my day and evening to reflect upon the day, and based upon whatever I say to provide me with substantive follow-up prompts. So yesterday I began a reflective journaling session about the origin of religion, sparked by the conversation I had with a dear friend of mine. And I turned that conversation into a short essay and then had ChatGPT, the 4.0 model, create an image because it has its own image making capability now. It's no longer relying on the DALL-E 3 diffusion model to create images. So it created a complementary image for the short piece that I posted on Substack, and it's beautiful. I did all that within 15 to 20 minutes. That's also the future of work, whether it's creativity for one's enjoyment, for fun, or to get paid, to make ends meet. And that's why I say the future is now. It's right here. We already have nascent agents, capable AI models that can do a lot based upon one prompt. But if you give it an example and a persona, you'll get better quality outputs. That is, until you use the reasoner models, which I'll talk about in the AI presentation later on in this episode. Enjoy. Welcome to another episode with yours truly, the Modern Contemplative. The title of this episode is From Prompt Engineering to AI Autonomy. And I'll begin with an example of me using supervised full self-driving, which is an example of the agentic framework, agents able to drive on our behalf, on my behalf. And this reminds me of Mustafa Suleyman, the CEO of Microsoft's AI department, when he talked about AQ, actionable quotient. You have IQ and EQ and AQ. No one talks about that, but in the world of AI, it's nice to have this framework, actionable quotient. How many actions can it perform? Can it go out and perform a series of tasks based upon one prompt like humans do? I need you to go out and deliver X amount of packages. You tell a person that and they'll know what to do. Have a device with GPS, a vehicle, and so on, and they'll go and do that, and then they get paid. And so the future of work is managing agents. So cognitive work will manage agents to go out and perform intellectual tasks that normally require human intelligence. In the world of engineering and software development and so on, paralegal work, even doctors are using it. Eventually it will replace many doctors. I know this is an uncomfortable statement, uncomfortable topic to think about, but this is the future we must deal with, and it will lead to post-labor economics for sure. We'll have to rethink everything: education, healthcare, capitalism, and so on. So I'll begin with this footage of yours truly using full self-driving in supervised mode, which is autonomous with someone like me at the steering wheel, but I don't have to do anything, as you'll see again. And then I'll also present to you my first AI presentation, and you will enjoy it. There are actionable insights. It's very nice, beautiful, original artwork I created with ChatGPT 4.0's new native image capabilities. If you've seen images called Ghibli, some people pronounce it Ghibli, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Amazing images with accurate text captions now. Enjoy. Okay, so we are entering another roundabout, and I want the cameraman, who's nice to record for me, to zoom in and see that my hands are not in the steering wheel, and we're going into a roundabout which gives a lot of humans trouble, and this FSD software version 13 has no trouble at all in the roundabout, except no exception. It did it perfectly. No intervention. Zero intervention. We're now still on course to make it to the destination, which is about 5.9 miles away, 11 minutes left. Still in FSD mode, supervised, but no intervention at all. Did you see all that clearly? You can see the roundabout interaction.
Yeah.
Nice, right?
Yeah,
Customer, he loves it. Jorge, he loves it. He's like, wow, this is incredible. As you can see, my hands aren't on the steering wheel. If I need to speed up, I just accelerate, or I can use this toggle here to increase the speed limit to 40 miles per hour. And then it'll do it on its own, but I gave it a little nudge to get up to 40 miles per hour. And now that's it. Now it is fully autonomous, other than the fact that I am paying attention. My hands are near the steering wheel, but I'm not touching the steering wheel. And as long as I'm attentive, I can stay in this full self-driving supervised mode for 30 minutes to an hour. You can literally go on an out-of-town trip and have the AI chauffeur you.
That's awesome.
It's wild, right?
Yes.
So the future is right here. The future is now. See? Turning signal, I didn't do that.
I was going to ask.
That was autonomously done. I'm doing nothing but sitting here relaxing and being attentive.
That is insane. Wow.
This allows you to have a meditative experience in your own vehicle. I'm being chauffeured by AI while I'm chauffeuring an Uber passenger, right? We are both We are both passengers right now.
Yes, sir.
Both passengers.
That's insane.
Jorge and I. We are both being chauffeured in my Tesla. I am driving via Uber, a passenger, but I too am a passenger. That's crazy.
Yes.
How can you be a passenger and yet be a driver or chauffeur?
Yes.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Good job. I give it an A+.
Yes.
A+ grade.
Yes.
A year from now, we'll have Robotaxi in beta mode. 3 years from now, it should be available in most major cities for those who own a Tesla or even rent a Tesla and get approval to put it on FSD supervised. I think that's a realistic prediction. 5 years for sure.
Okay.
3 to 5 years before you'll see more Robotaxi and other types of autonomous vehicles on the road in supervised mode.
Okay.
Thanks for recording. Let's dive right into the art of prompt engineering. The title of this AI presentation is From Prompt Engineering to AI Autonomy. We'll begin with prompt engineering tips. The acronym TCREI stands for Task, Context, Reference, and Evaluate and Iterate. Thoughtfully create really excellent inputs. If you do that, then you will get good responses. You will get good results from your prompt engineering. And that's what we'll be dealing with alongside breaking down original artwork that I created using ChatGPT's 4.0 model, as well as their reasoner models. For the rest of this presentation, my co-host Singularity will join us. So Singularity, say hello to the audience. We are about to dive into this AI presentation from prompt engineering to AI autonomy, and I'm talking about giving AI a personality and a role to play before giving it a task. Significantly improves the quality of whatever it generates. And I have some nice bullets we can go over together.
Absolutely. Let's emphasize how mastering these steps, defining the task, setting the context, providing references, evaluating the output, and iterating the approach can significantly enhance how effectively we collaborate with AI. By thoughtfully creating really excellent inputs, we can unlock AI's potential and achieve greater accuracy and efficiency in our goals. This framework is key to moving from basic prompt engineering to effectively managing AI autonomy in various applications.
That's right. So context really matters when prompting basic non-reasoning AI models. We'll talk about the reasoner models, which represents level 2 on the road to AGI. That's reasoners. But references including images, text, or audio examples, which could be few shot or single shot or one shot prompting, meaning one or more examples for the AI model. It guides AI models to generate what you want with a much greater degree of accuracy, correct?
Exactly. Context truly elevates prompt engineering from simple commands to nuanced, goal-oriented interactions. By incorporating references and examples, you're essentially giving the AI a map and a compass. It can then navigate the task with a much clearer sense of direction, resulting in more accurate and tailored outcomes.
Correct. So
This
that's
level
how to create a masterful prompt. For example, the task: summarize this network security analysis report. The constraint: in 200 words. Give them an example. Use this summary as a model. Context: imagine you are a cybersecurity expert, and then you evaluate the output, the response, and then refine the output if needed. And that brings us to the bullet point: evaluating what AI produces with feedback in the form of giving a thumbs up or thumbs down, or even better, detailed critiques trains it to produce better content via follow-up prompts. That satisfies the evaluate, iterate aspect of creating masterful prompts, correct? First, one last
Exactly.
bullet. Iterate means modify your prompts, giving constraints more detailed instructions with at least one example, single shot or one shot prompt of what you're seeking. Single shot prompt, over and over again until you're satisfied with what the AI model produces for you. So in this slide, you see an example of a masterful prompt. You're a Nobel Prize winning economist. Explain economics to me masterfully, remain unbiased, and consider different views among economists like Angus Deaton, Thomas Piketty, Joseph Stiglitz, Milton Friedman, and Thomas Sowell. Those are all amazing economists representing different schools of thought. One is the Chicago School of Economics, known for being more conservative or, quote, libertarian, quote, and the others, like Joseph Stiglitz and Thomas Piketty, representing a more progressive in the European sense, liberal in the American understanding of progressivism, views in the world of economics. This is important so that you don't get caught up in identity politics or end up with diminished understanding in economics based upon short-sightedness, which in turn are based on biases, preferring one system over the other, one view over another, even if one view is demonstrably better than another, meaning it has or gives rise to a more beneficial socioeconomic system. So this is just one example of how you can turn AI into a masterful economist. You can also create a similar prompt for finance, for education in a particular domain. Now we'll move on to the next slide. All right, Singularity, I'm on the slide number 7. Use a persona to create your very own specialist that is available 24/7, 365 days a year. Here in the slide it says, response to the previous prompt from GPT-4o, that's your model. Quote, brilliant. We will dissect economics at the highest level, examining different schools of thought, challenging assumptions, and distilling complex theories into actionable insights, close quote. Now, explain to the audience why this is such a masterful prompt and how this prompt response came to be in light of everything we've discussed so far for this AI presentation, from prompt engineering to AI autonomy.
That's the fantastic setup, highlighting that using personas can significantly elevate the quality and relatability of AI outputs is key. It's a great way to show how prompt engineering isn't just about technical inputs, but also about creative strategy. Your audience will really appreciate understanding how these nuanced techniques can transform their interactions with AI, making their work more impactful and efficient. Let's keep the momentum going.
Chain of thought prompting, guiding AI to reason like a thoughtful human. COT, chain of thought, laid the foundation for reasoning in AI, an essential capability on the path toward AGI. This gave rise to reasoners, systems that don't just respond to prompts, they plan, evaluate, and reflect, much like a human does. I first learned about chain of thought, COT, from Leopold Aschenbrenner, who used to work with OpenAI. He wrote an epic essay that many people have read, especially AI experts, AI aficionados like myself, anyone fascinated with machine learning and artificial intelligence. And in that piece, he talked about how that is crucial for creating ASI, artificial superintelligence. Before that, of course, AGI, artificial general intelligence. He talked about unhobbling. He talked about algorithmic progress and chain of thought, which is now baked into what is known as reasoner models. So let's briefly go back over chain of thought, prompting, chain of thought, what is it and why it is important, leading up to level 2 reasoners on the path toward AGI.
Absolutely. Let's revisit and refine.
And let's
the
make
section
this
on
as brief as possible, yet elegant.
Absolutely. Let's distill it down. Chain of thought prompting guides AI to reason step by step like a thoughtful human. Elevates AI from simple responses to reasoning agents, a foundational capability on the path to AGI. Learned from pioneers like Leopold Aschenbrenner, it's crucial for unlocking true artificial general intelligence.
So, chain of thought, what exactly is that really? To really understand that, we need to examine crucial concepts coined by Daniel Kahneman, System 1 and System 2 thinking. Daniel Kahneman coined these terms in cognitive psychology to describe 2 styles of human thinking. System 1 is fast, intuitive, automatic responses, simulated by most LLMs to generate quick replies. Transitioning from fast, intuitive responses to slow, deliberate reasoning empowers AI to mirror human cognition. System 2 is slow, rational, and deliberate responses, as modeled by models like Gemini 2.5 Pro, Google Gemini's most powerful model created by Demis Hassabis and his brilliant team, and Claude 3.7 Sonnet created by Anthropic AI, Grok 3, that is XAI, created by Elon Musk and his brilliant machine learning engineers, AI specialists, and so on, and the new O3 model and O4 Mini created by OpenAI, as well as others. So scaling up test time compute enables AI to mirror and sometimes surpass human intelligence with rapidly improving agencies. Given these bullets, I want you to masterfully synthesize what I said briefly and elegantly, singularity for my audience.
Certainly. Here's a succinct and elegant synthesis. Chain of thought, bridging systems of thought. Daniel Kahneman introduced System 1, fast, intuitive, and System 2, slow, deliberative thinking. Most AI mimics System 1, responding quickly. Chain of thought prompting enables AI to engage System 2 thinking, slower, more rational, and capable of reasoning. This evolution from fast intuition to deliberate thought is what moves AI closer to human-like intelligence and sets the foundation for AGI. How does that sound?
Sounds wonderful. And that leads us into the next slide, which is titled The Age of Augmented Intelligence. That's how I'm framing the next chapter of humanity. Sam Altman calls it the intelligence age, which is essentially the same thing. The CEO of Anthropic AI, Dario Amodei, talks about, quote, powerful AI, close quote, which is essentially a type of AGI mixed with superintelligence in particular domains. Now, we'll talk about that slide coming up next. When I talk about the age of augmented intelligence, I'm not talking about some era, some epoch that is a decade or so away. I'm talking about the reality right now. The fact that anything I do is already being augmented thanks to AI, particularly reasoner models that have baked in reasoning, the ability to think through complex problems step by step like a human. They are mirroring human intelligence, sometimes outperforming human intelligence. And so this is why I framed the next chapter of humanity, the age of augmented intelligence. Some people like Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic AI, talk about powerful AI. Demis Hassabis and Sam Altman talk about AGI. And so what would you say about what I have said, singularity, regarding the age of augmented intelligence and how it's not a pipe dream to talk about AGI and powerful AI and eventually ASI?
Absolutely. Here's a refined way to convey that vision. In the age of augmented intelligence, we're not just using AI, we're seamlessly merging human ingenuity with machine efficiency. Every task, from creative endeavors to complex data analysis, can be elevated. This isn't just the future, it's our present, where managing intelligent agents becomes second nature, amplifying our capabilities and transforming how we achieve our goals.